Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time. It's your brother, your boy, Cos Reps Corner. Like I always tell you, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's our corner.
Slow down the clock, when I'm with you, I just feel so good. On every day, every single night. So for now, let's just take our time. Know that I got you by my side. Tell me I want you, driving for the ride. Yeah, we all know, making this right. So let's just take.
I want to thank all of us for always being here. Thank you so much for always coming to watch my video. I'm so much grateful. Thank you so much. And to my returning subscribers, thank you. For those of us who will be seeing my video for the very first time, please don't pass. Subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. Okay, yes, today a quick one. I really want to say this. It's quite unfortunate that people don't know what they have until they lose it. It's also quite unfortunate that we know those who are not doing well, and yet we support them in doing what they are doing. Let me share something with us. I saw this video from somewhere online, and it's a video made by His Lordship, Godfrey, Igwebuike, Onah. I'll repeat, His Lordship, Godfrey, Igwebuike, Onah. That's his name. And like you see him there, is a bishop. Let me use the word bishop. He's the bishop of the Diocese of Nsukka. Nsukka is in the Enugu State, southeastern part of Nigeria. This bishop is a professor. I don't know if you know the call professor. If you don't know, try and make inquiry and know what they call professor. He was asked to give an homily, but while he was giving the homily, I could see him crying. What was he trying to say? He was trying to tell us how the government have failed us, and how they have used positions, how they have taken positions to overshadow the tone of the government and everything. I saw the video, I was moved. It has been with me for over a week now. Every day I look at it and say, why don't you share this? Why don't you share this? So that's why I've come to share this to us today. I don't want to talk much. I only want us to sit and listen to this. It's a bit long, about 8 minutes or thereabout. I want us to listen to this video. Please listen, and I will come back to round up something I found out. Something that will shock you. Something that made me cry. I'm coming. Let's just watch this video. Let's watch.
My dear friends, I must be honest with you. Today, I would have preferred not to be here to preach to you. Today, I would have preferred to lock myself up in my chapel before God alone, to weep and to pray. To weep and to pray for my nation, where darkness has descended. To weep and pray for my church that is being stifled out of existence in the world and also in Nigeria. To weep and pray for Deborah, who was killed because she found herself in a part of Nigeria she thought was home, but it wasn't. To weep and to pray for my brother and friend, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka, the world-acclaimed voice of the voiceless, who has now become soft target for those same voiceless people who see him as part of their problem rather than as part of the solution. To weep and to pray for the poor, miserable murderers of Deborah, who have been left uneducated and unemployed deliberately so that they can be manipulated, brainwashed, and instrumentalized for political ends by religious bigots and political egoists. To weep and to pray for people who should be leaders, religious leaders, who enjoy being ambivalent in the condemnation of evil when it is perpetrated by one of them. To weep and to pray for our political leaders, under whose watch this nation has crumbled, and they keep looking for whom to blame for the mess in which they have put all of us. I would have preferred not to be standing before you here now to tell you about love. The liturgy of today instructs every Christian and every Christian preacher to reflect on the essence and the meaning of Christianity, the love we should have for one another. But how can you preach love in Nigeria? How can you preach love in a country where violence has become a rule, where hatred and intolerance have become norms rather than exception, where corruption has become a culture and a tradition, where impunity has become law, where the government feels so helpless that it is now appealing even to religious leaders to talk to non-state actors so that they will not make this security situation in our country worse. Those were the words of the Vice President of Nigeria while he was speaking to all Catholic bishops of West Africa gathered in a meeting in Abuja. He addressed us 2 Tuesdays ago. And we are wondering how a presidency could publicly admit that they have lost control, that they have left the ground so free and the country so lawless and so stateless that non-state actors now take over the entire country, not only in Sokoto and Kaduna, and on the highway between Kaduna and Abuja, or between Abuja and Lokoja and Nsukka, but throughout the country. How can you preach love in Nigeria? In a country where those who want to follow the rule of law are regarded by the rest as weak. How can you preach love in Nigeria? In a country that claims not to have any state religion, but constantly places a religion in an unhealthy advantage over others. How can you preach love in Nigeria, where a few people have collected what belongs to everybody and they are doing with it whatever they please? How can I tell Nigerian students to love their neighbor, love their country, love their leaders, when their parents have paid their school fees and they are sitting at home? In a country where the ruling party, within a space of less than 2 weeks, can rake in from 27 persons 26.3 billion naira collected as fees for presidential nomination forms, and the same ruling party is unable to finance our education properly, such that our teachers are at home and our students are roaming the streets. How can you preach love in Nigeria, in a country where members of ASUU, hear me well, members of the academic staff union of universities in Nigeria have collaborated with INEC to install misfits in power in this country because they have collected money. All the electoral officers who installed the present ruling class in Nigeria are professors of our universities, members of ASUU. And INEC chairmen for many decades have been members of ASUU. And whom are we blaming? How can you preach love in Nigeria, in a country where forgiveness is regarded as weakness? In a country where when you bring the light, you are accused of exposing darkness? In a country where when you love, you are seen as being stupid? I would have preferred to stay at home and weep and pray for this country. But I can't.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? I don't know if you heard him very clearly. Did you hear him? I had to increase the volume so that we can hear him clearly. Did you hear what he said? Do you still believe now that in that country called Nigeria, students are still at home, teachers are still at home, and a political party was able to raise 20-something billion naira from 6 of nomination fund? How much is the ASUU, the lecturer body of those who are teaching us in the university, who are lecturers in the university? How much are they asking for? ASUU. How much is ASUU asking the federal government for? That is making them feel that they cannot solve the problem, but they can buy nomination form for 100 million per candidate. You see the reason why even some persons in Western world see Nigeria as a country that is full of corruption. In Western world, you don't pay anything to buy form. It's free. The party selects you as the head. When you are the head, you become the sole owner, and everybody supports you. They pick one person unanimously after some consensus. But in my country, it's different. You have to buy form. Now they have raised about 26 point something billion naira. You heard it from the bishop. I wasn't the one that said it. You heard it from a man who is also a professor. And do you know that all those persons who are INEC chairmen are professors of Nigerian universities? Do you know? Let me not go too far. Let me start from this particular one. I don't know if you are seeing him. Are you seeing him? His name is Professor Atahiru Jega. This is the particular man that came in during Goodluck Jonathan. And when it got time for election, Muhammad Buhari won Jonathan under his reign as INEC chairman. Look at him. That is Atahiru Jega. Then, he's a professor. He was a lecturer. I think in Bayero University or so. He was a lecturer before he was appointed INEC chairman. In fact, from the hierarchy to these two I'm going to mention, they were once professors of a university before they were appointed as INEC chairman. The bishop said it. Do you know what it means? Let me come again. The particular one now, this one you are seeing now, Mahmoud, or what they call him. Look at him here. Have you seen him? Mahmoud Yakubu. This one is the present one now. This one is the one that is on now. He's also a lecturer. He was a lecturer, a professor. Can't you think, Nigerians? Can't you think, youth of Nigerians? Professors that put them in positions are all at home presently. The government have disappointed people who voted them in power, have disappointed the people who were in power to change them but could not, because they have collected money. I wasn't the one that said it. The bishop said it. The bishop also is also a professor. Before he was appointed the bishop of Nsukka. I have also gone through his own profile. Do you get the logic? So what am I trying to say? Nigerian youth, election is fast coming. A party has raised 26 point something billion naira with just sales of form. That happened to be the highest so far according to hierarchy, based on what we have found out about election in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my country. Who have we offended? That somebody could, until date, we have not heard anything happen to those who killed her. That somebody was molested. That people are being kidnapped daily in a country and there is no security. The other day we had a Nollywood actor coming to beg the world that they kidnapped the father and the father's friend. What are we doing? What is going on in the country? Like you heard what he said. The vice president agreed that the country has been overwhelmed by insecurity. He said it. I wasn't going to say. He said it in the video. Please, I have family, I have friends, I have good relations in Nigeria. 2023 is fast coming. Please help yourself, youth. That's why I always talk. That's why I like youth from Anambra, mainly that of Edo State. I am very sure Edo State, because that is where I was born and bred. What am I saying? There are things we need to correct. I'm not saying Edo State youth are perfect, but I tell you, sometimes when it enters their head, they stand by what they believe in. I am very proud to say it. We stand by what we believe. Imagine a bishop talking and crying. That will tell you that Nigeria has gone far. We have to avoid all this unnecessary how do I call uga balunga. We have to avoid it in the next coming election. Go get your PVC. Go get your electoral material ready. Take your hand. Remove those persons who are not doing well. Please, let's help ourselves. Why are we like this? Why when we see things that we would have talked, we don't talk. When we see things that we will say as Nigerians, we don't talk, we don't do things. The one that doesn't concern us is the one that will pull our mouth. Who do us? Who have we offended? Who have we offended? The election is coming up now. We have almost 28 persons who are looking for just the primary, they're going for primaries in APC. 26 to 27 persons. Other parties also have their own. They will not bring one, and they will not submit. Everybody will not contest for each party. And we have 20-something parties in Nigeria. Let's say over 20-something parties. Registered parties in Nigeria. And all these persons have their political presidential aspirant. Please, let's try and do our best. Let's try and put our heads together and salvage this issue. Imagine a bishop crying. Did you not watch the video? Go back and watch that video. A bishop was crying. Shame to talk. He could not talk because he felt bitter. Now, professors who are electoral officers, who are returning officers from each state that put this president or this governors in position, have been asked to stay at home. What does that mean? The government does not care about you. You have to take your life, your word in your own hands. It's with you. You have to take it. You have to grab it. If not, you go nowhere. Anyway, guys, I just saw the video. That was about a week ago. I said I will share it, but I've been looking at it. I said, let me share it. That was why I came to give him my own views about it. It's quite unfortunate that things are going wrong and we know what we'll do, but we don't want to do it. But I only hope and pray that God can change the situation and of everything that's going on, so that at the end we'll have the focus of saying, God, you have done well for us. So guys, that's all I've come here to tell us. I want to thank all of us for having watched to this extent. Till I come away next time, till you see me in your screen, I leave all of us in peace.